U.S. and Canada representatives are working together to advance religious protection around the globe.
Religious freedom does not protect a set of beliefs. It protects the people who advocate for those beliefs. And women around the world suffer greatly in places where there's no religious freedom.
I think it's important that people of faith have their voices heard in the public square so as to talk about how do we advance our common life? How do we build difference? How do we build our common life based on a recognition of difference?
Dr. Andrew Bennett was Canada's first ambassador for religious freedom and says it's important for the public to have knowledge of religion. He added it's key for countries the U.S. and Canada interacts with to have that same knowledge and respect. A new point-counterpoint book brings together a leading conservative voice and a gay rights advocate to debate same-sex marriage and religious liberty. The authors show that, yes, it is possible to have sharp disagreements and remain civil. Joining us now is Ryan Anderson, a senior research fellow at the Heritage Foundation and co-author of the new book, Debating Religious Liberty and Discrimination. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is a fabulous book. I was telling one of our board members actually the other day that I really enjoyed it.
Oh, great.
Enjoyed reading it. How did religious liberty become such a flashpoint?
That's a great question, and I think there are several different causes. One is just the decline in religiosity, the religious practice, a decline of religion's role in the public square. Another is the rise of the underlying disputed issues, contraception, abortion, the redefinition of marriage, now gender identity. I think those two forces, things that we disagree about going up, religious belief and practice going down, lead to the conflict.
Secularism, I think, is part of that. There's a section in the introduction of the book, let's put it up here, that explains basically your purpose of this book. The book is not only about the law or the Constitution, it's about how everyday citizens should approach religious and moral diversity. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, what we try to get at in the book is we're a pluralistic nation. We're not a Catholic nation or an evangelical nation, a Mormon nation, a Muslim nation.
Or a puritanical nation, as we used to be, right?
As we used to be.
Yeah.
We're a diverse nation, and how do we live together while disagreeing about the nature of God, who God is, what God is, what God
and the role in government.
Us, the role of the state in regulating our lives. We're going to have to agree to disagree while creating space for people to lead their own lives in accordance with their beliefs about God and about the purpose of life.
You know, one of the things that I really liked about the book was that you each do your own bit, right? So John Corvino would write, and then you would write and explain sort of the rebuttal to all of this. And you talk a lot about the First Amendment Defense Act in here, and you also talk about the free exercise clause. Why is that so important?
Yeah, so what we try to do is we pick specific issues. Where are there disagreements? And one of them has arrived around the First Amendment Defense Act. This is a piece of federal legislation introduced in the last Congress that says, now that marriage has been redefined, we're not going to punish anyone who continues to believe the historic definition of marriage. It draws a bright line, and it says if you believe marriage is the union of a man and a woman, we're not going to deny your nonprofit tax status if you're a charity. We're not going to deny your accreditation if you're a school. We're not going to deny a government grant or a contract if you're a service provider. And so it says that we're going to respect both sides of this debate. Some people won a major Supreme Court case. They got marriage redefined. They're protected. The people who lost that case, we're not going to treat you as social pariahs. We're going to treat you as equal citizens who have a right to continue believing what you've always believed about marriage.
Thank you so much. I wish we had another hour to sit here and talk about this. It's absolutely fascinating and so timely. Ryan Anderson, Senior Research Fellow at the Heritage Foundation and co-author of this, Religious Liberty and Debating Discrimination.
Thank you.